Today for Full Album Friday, we're going to check out one of my all-time favorites. It's L7's 1992 record, Bricks Are Heavy. This group is easily one of my top 2 or 3 female-led punk, metal, hardcore bands of all time. And to be honest, even when you set their gender aside, they still occupy the same place on my list. The venom, the power, and just the tone that L7 bring on every second of this album is the reason why it's rarely been far from me since the time I first heard it. This album brings together elements of Black Flag, the Ramones, and Sonic Youth, and yet the way that they mix them together instantly vaults them far beyond any of their peers. For whatever reason, L7 still tend to get grouped in with the grunge movement of the early 90s. But the reality is, they'd been playing together since 1985, they had a completely different sound, and they were from Los Angeles. But the connection with this album is likely due to the fact that it was produced by none other than Butch Vig. The difference you hear on this album that separates it from their other records is the fact that there's far more heavy metal present in the sound. And this would be the general direction that the band took after this record. The riffs are heavier, the riffs are harder, and along with all of this, they show a much higher level of musicality than you've heard before from the band. There's this focus you can hear that you hadn't previously found with L7. And these are also some of the most addictive tracks the band ever recorded. It's the dual guitar sound from Danita and Susie that really makes this record great. And whether it's a crushing chord or a dazzling lead, there's just this presence, this looming energy that they bring that you just can't get enough of. But when you have a bassist like Jennifer Finch and the way that she connects with Dee on drums, they're able to create this intimidating, driving tone like nobody else. And they perfectly nail that heavy, hardcore sound that most other bands only dream of. But you can't overlook the vocal work from Danita Sparks, as both her tone and lyrics are as amazing as they are confrontational. She has this range from singing to screaming to almost rapping that again sets them completely apart from their peers. And there's this conviction in her voice that demands you pay attention to her every word. Almost every song brings with it this unapologetic, spot-on social critique. From the brilliant Wargasm to the rallying cry of Diet Pill to one of my all-time favorite songs, Shit List. Every single song has a message that easily transcends eras and all musical boundaries. And it's the almost timeless nature of this album that serves as the final proof to just how great it is. This is just one of those records that everybody needs to know and blast on a very regular basis. So if Bricks Are Heavy isn't in your collection, do your ears a favor and change that right away. Thank me later.